The restaurant was loud, that specific kind of Friday night loud where laughter clashes with clinking cutlery. I sat in the corner booth of Serafina, nursing a lukewarm sparkling water. I was 20 minutes early. I'm always early. It's a habit I picked up from my dad, who used to say, if you're on time, you're late, and if you're early, you're prepared. Right now, I feel prepared. My girlfriend, Chloe, was 20 minutes late. Also a habit. But unlike my punctuality, hers wasn't about discipline. It was about power. It was about making sure I was the one waiting, the one looking at the door, the one checking my phone. I checked my phone. 8:15 p.m. A text from her. Running behind. Traffic is murder. Order me a Pinot? Love you. I stared at the screen. Love you. 2 words that used to make my chest tight with something warm, now just looked like pixels. I didn't order the Pinot. Instead, I unlocked my phone and scrolled back to a voice memo I'd received 3 days ago. It was an accidental pocket dial. Chloe does this thing where she puts her phone in her back pocket without locking it. Usually, I get 3 minutes of muffled fabric rustling or the sound of her car radio. This time I got clarity. I put my AirPod in one ear and pressed play, just to remind myself why I was sitting here in a suit that cost more than my first car, waiting for a woman who didn't respect me.
I mean, obviously, Jack's a sweet. He's safe. You know, he's like insurance. If the whole thing with Mark doesn't work out, or if I don't get that promotion and need to settle down, Jax is there. He's a backup plan. The safety net.
Chloe's voice, tinny but unmistakable, filtered through the recording. She was talking to her best friend, Sarah, and her laugh was shrill.
That is so mean, Chloe. He adores you.
I know, but that's the point. He's not going anywhere. I can do whatever I want, explore my options, and he'll just be there, waiting with flowers. It's comforting, but it's not fire. It's not passion. It's a backup.
Chloe sighed, sounding burdened by my affection. I paused the recording. A backup. Insurance. I looked up. The door opened and there she was. Chloe looked stunning, I'll give her that. She was wearing the red dress I bought her for her birthday, the one she said was too much, but wore anyway because she knew it turned heads. She scanned the room, saw me, and that practiced smile plastered onto her face. The smile she used on clients. The smile she used on me. She breezed over, dropping her designer bag on the seat opposite me. She leaned in for a kiss, but I turned my head slightly, letting her lips graze my cheek. She didn't even notice. She was too busy signaling the waiter.
Jax, God, traffic was insane. Did you order my wine?
No, I didn't. I said, my voice steady. She paused, her eyebrows knitting together in that way that usually meant I was about to be scolded.
Okay, well, can we get a waiter? I've had the longest day. Mark was being a total nightmare about the project timelines.
Mark, the guy she told me was just a work friend. The guy who was apparently the fire to my safety net. We're not staying long, I said, leaning back. I didn't reach for her hand like I usually would. I kept my hands folded in my lap.
What? Jax, it's our date night. You reserved this place a month ago. What do you mean we're not staying?
I mean, I'm not hungry. And I don't think you will be either once we're done talking. Chloe's expression shifted. The annoyance was replaced by a flicker of genuine confusion.
Is this about me being late? Jax, seriously, don't be petty. I said I was sorry.
I took the AirPod out of my ear and set it on the table. It's not about the traffic, Chloe. It's about the insurance policy. She froze. The color drained from her face so fast it was like someone adjusted the saturation on a TV.
What? What are you talking about?
Pocket dial, Tuesday, 4:30 p.m. You and Sarah. Coffee shop, I assume? The background noise was pretty distinct. I said simply. She opened her mouth, closed it, then opened it again.
Jax, I was just venting. You know how Sarah and I talk. It didn't mean anything.
It meant everything. You called me a backup plan. You said I wasn't fire. You said you could do whatever you wanted because I'd never leave. I corrected her.
I didn't mean it like that. Jax, baby, please. I was stressed. You know I love you.
She reached across the table, her manicured fingers grazing my sleeve. I pulled my arm back. Do you? Or do you love that I pay half your rent? Do you love that I fix your car? Do you love that I'm the guy who picks up the pieces when guys like Mark treat you like garbage? I asked. She flinched at Mark's name.
There is nothing going on with Mark.
I don't care. I don't care if you're sleeping with him or just wishing you were. Because as of Tuesday, I stopped being your boyfriend. I said, and the realization hit me hard. I really didn't.
Jack, stop. You're making a scene. People are staring.
Her eyes were welling up now. Tears usually worked on me. I was the nice guy, after all. Let them stare. I think it's time for a proper introduction. Since I was just a backup plan, I figured I should find someone who sees me as the main event. I said. Chloe blinked, a tear spilling over. I looked toward the entrance. You can come over now. Chloe turned around. Walking toward our table was Elena. Elena wasn't wearing a red dress. She was wearing jeans and a black blazer, looking sharp and professional but entirely comfortable in her own skin. She didn't breeze in like she owned the place. She walked with a quiet confidence that didn't need to scream for attention. I'd known Elena for years. We went to college together. We'd been friends, strictly friends, the whole time. She was the one who told me Chloe was bad news 6 months ago. I hadn't listened. When I got that voicemail on Tuesday, Elena was the first person I called. Not to cry, not to vent, but to ask if she wanted to get dinner on Friday. Chloe looked from Elena to me, her mouth agape.
Elena, you're a college friend? Are you serious?
Elena stopped at the edge of the table. She didn't look at Chloe with malice. She looked at her with pity.
You're cheating on me? You hypocrite. You sit there preaching about respect, and you bring your side piece to our date.
Chloe screeched, finding her voice. Heads turned. She's not a side piece, and we're not on a date. We broke up 3 days ago, Chloe. I just forgot to tell you. Kind of like how you forgot to tell me I was just an insurance policy. I said calmly.
You can't do this. You can't just replace me with her. She's plain. She's boring. She's exactly like you.
Chloe hissed, standing up and gestured vaguely at Elena. Elena laughed. It was a rich, genuine sound.
Boring? Maybe. But at least I don't need a backup plan, because I'm terrified of being alone.
Chloe recoiled as if slapped. Here's how this works, I said, standing up and buttoning my jacket. I paid the check for the water. You can order the Pinot if you want, but you're paying for it. My stuff is already out of your apartment. My key is under the mat. Don't call me. Don't text me. And if you need insurance. I pulled a business card from my pocket, a generic one for a local insurance agent I'd picked up at the bank, and slid it across the table. Call this guy. Chloe stood there, trembling, her face a mask of humiliation and rage. She looked around the restaurant, realizing the audience she was so worried about was now watching her get dumped in spectacular fashion.
Jax, please. I can fix this.
No, I said, looking her in the eye. You can't. Because the thing about safety nets, Chloe, once you cut them, they're gone. You fall. I turned to Elena, linking her arm through mine. It felt natural. It felt solid. It felt like fire, but the kind that keeps you warm, not the kind that burns your house down. We walked out of Serafina without looking back. The night air was cool, biting against my face, but I felt lighter than I had in 2 years.
That was just enough. She needed to know you weren't a prop in her life.
She looked up at me, her eyes dark and intelligent as I loosened my tie.
So, real girlfriend? That's a bold title for a first date.
Elena remarked as we walked down the block, away from the scene of the crime. The streetlights hummed overhead. I didn't want to lie to her. I figured if I was going to make a point, I should start as I mean to go on. Elena raised an eyebrow, a small, playful smile playing on her lips.
And how do you mean to go on?
With someone who shows up on time, I said. And someone who doesn't pocket dial me while talking trash about me.
Low bar.
Elena teased. I'm working my way up, I admitted. But seriously, Elena, thanks for picking up the phone Tuesday. For agreeing to this insane plan.
I hated seeing you with her, Jax. You were diminishing yourself to fit into her little box. It was painful to watch. I didn't come tonight for the drama. I came because I wanted you to see what it looks like when someone actually stands by you.
She said softly, the humor fading into something more sincere. Then I realized that the safety I thought I had with Chloe was an illusion. This right here, standing on a sidewalk with a woman who knew my flaws and didn't call them settling, this was real safety. And it was terrifyingly exciting. So, I said, clearing my throat, where are we actually eating? Because I really didn't order any food back there.
There's a taco truck 3 blocks down. Greasy, cheap, and 0 wait time.
Perfect, I said. As we walked toward the promise of tacos, my phone buzzed in my pocket. Once, twice, 3 times. I pulled it out. Chloe. Jax, please pick up. I'm sorry. Mark isn't answering. I stared at the screen for a second. The old me, the backup plan me, would have felt a twinge of guilt. I would have worried if she was okay driving home. I would have texted back. But I looked at Elena, who was currently debating the merits of salsa verde versus salsa roja with herself, completely unbothered by the chaos I'd just left behind. I didn't block Chloe. That would be too emotional. Instead, I opened the settings, went to notifications, and simply toggled the switch for her contact to silent. Then I put the phone away. Salsa verde, I told Elena. Always salsa verde. She grinned.
See? I knew you had taste.
I laughed, and for the first time in a long time, it didn't feel like I was performing. I wasn't the safety net anymore. I was the guy getting tacos with a girl who looked at me like I was the only person on the street. And as for Chloe? Well, everyone needs a hobby. Maybe she could take up knitting. Or finding a new insurance agent. The end.